All right, what is going on, my dude? Sorry this is a little later than usual. Yesterday I was a little busy speed running 8.1 the second it dropped, and we went until it was 100%. If you want to watch that stream on playback, it is on the channel right now from yesterday, okay? But what did I do after spending 10 hours making MCOC content? Well, I went and played some MCOC, and I went to make more MCOC content. So let's jump into it, man. So as always, okay, please keep in mind, you guys know by now, all right? You're going to be seeing lots of solos on YouTube of Dragon Dude, all right? You do not need to solo this fight. This is a pretty tough fight. And some of the objectives are definitely very tough, specifically the Paragon 1 Avenger. So if you have to use some items on this guy, it is totally fine. This fight is harder than any singular fight in 8.1, so do not feel bad, objectively speaking, of course, but do not feel bad using items on this fight. With that being said, let's jump into it because I'm exhausted and I want to go to bed. So number 10, all right, one of the only like semi-decent options for the Avenger Paragon objective, Black Widow of the Origin. And as you can see here, I have 1 to 2 revives here because she's not great for it. She doesn't counter his unstoppable, does not counter his unblockable. Well, you don't have to worry about that much. Doesn't counter his power gain. She just has a lot of damage, and it's going to be hard to really line up her damage, with his unstoppable, all the other stuff. Try to get your special 2 off. You can even use your special 1 for distance. But not the best option. But if she is your best option, she could absolutely get it done kind of okay. All right. So, number 9, Mr. Negative. Again, not the best option. Now there is true focus on Dragon Dude here, so it means he can't. He's gonna counter evade, gonna counter miss. Okay, and now Mr. Negative really doesn't like that because it really messes with his evade. Now, what you can do with Negative, again, he's not going to be the best counter here, but if he's your best option for medium-sized villain, what you can do is you can build up 9 of your light energy, go for the special 1, okay? And then you can go for the special 2 once you've converted that light energy into dark energy, and you can have like a half-baked special 2, and you can get this guy down eventually. He won't be able to counter his unstoppable, alright? He doesn't have like an amazing unblockable counter for him, but he could get the job done if he is your best option for medium villain. There are most certainly better options, though, okay, that you probably have, but let's keep going. Up next, we have Captain America Infinity War. Now, I tried this one a bunch, man. He's a great option for it, a good option for it, really, for the Avenger one. He's also medium and hero, so he fits 2 objectives, but I think it's going to be really hard to solo with Cap. Is it possible? Yeah. But it's going to be rough, man. It's going to be rough. What's great about Cap is that he does counter his unstoppable. So he does have a natural counter to the buff toggle unstoppable node, which is great. Got that nice block proficiency for blocking his special 1, and then also getting the willpower healing from the what's it called? What is that debuff called? Ineptitude, I believe it's called, the Ineptitude debuff on the special 1, okay? So yeah, build up to your special 3, throw a heavy attack to get the passive fury, use the special 3, you can go for special 2s, lots of things you can do, okay? Up next, we have Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket is medium and villain, and he fits, a bunch of things that you need for this fight. He's got the slow debuff on his heavy attack, which is nice. That's very nice for countering this fight. You can bait out his special 1, you can counter it, right? Also, you go for the special 1s, you got the power sting. This guy's going to be throwing non-stop special 1s all the time, so the power stings that you throw in your special 1 are going to be nice to have. Also, if you make it to your special 3, and you're at a high sig, you can have him re-triggering that special 3 power sting over and over and over. Plus, you got the petrify on special 2 as well. You can kind of counter his power gain. So yeah, Yellow Jacket, it's definitely a really solid option, an old champion you probably have if he's your best medium villain option. On top of that, we also have Red Guardian. These are the 2 champions that Kabam was selling in the store this week. Now, again, I don't recommend picking up either of these for 750 units. I don't think that they're really worth it, in my honest and genuine opinion. But yeah, they're both good champs, and they can definitely get the job done. Red Guardian, similar thing here. Red Guardian has the slow on special 1, which is really nice. If you get a long slow on this guy, you are going to be able to just like kind of fight him like normal, ignoring the buff toggle unstoppable, ignoring the unblockable if you can, right? That's really what's going to be great for this guy. Just got to watch out for the unblockable if you can counter the unstoppable. All right, so yeah, Red Guardian is definitely decent for it. Shang-Chi, sweet upload of the video, just completely cheesing the fight once again with Shang-Chi, man. He's got, you know, you can go check out Sweet's video, man, but he's got the long slow, he's got the stun, he can completely cheese this guy. Even if you don't want to go the cheese route, you know, you can get that slow on medium. It's going to be really, really big for countering this guy, making it so much easier because he gets unstoppable like every like 6 seconds or something like that once it gets going. So if you don't have an unstoppable counter, man, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for the most part. But up next, we have Quicksilver, who fits both Avenger, the only good option there, really, and also Medium and Hero. The only reason why he is low is because he's so new, not even in the featured 6-star yet. You know, last week, Hulkling was the best option, but he's at least in the featured right now for about 2 months, so people have him. Unless you bought the $50 bundle for Quicksilver, you really don't have him yet, right? If you went for him in the 6-star arena, then you know he's good for this. If you open Cavs, you know he's good for this, right? If you're looking for an option for this, you probably don't have a Quicksilver yet, right? But if you do, he's going to be really good for you. He's going to have the Withers on the Dexing, you know, he's going to be good for that. He's going to have the permanent slow, which is going to counter his unstoppable, which is absolutely huge, right? And of course, then at that point, you don't have to worry about anything. You just build up. You're going to be able to control his power a little bit, get rid of the unstoppable, just watch out for the unblockable. You're going to be good to go. All right, up next, my personal favorite option. This might surprise you. Scorpion was phenomenal. In all my testing, he was my favorite. He was my absolute favorite. Now, Scorpion does have a slow on his heavy attack, but with synergy, okay? He needs the Toad synergy for that. He doesn't have that because he does not need it. What's great about Scorpion in these Mystic fights is that they do so much damage to themselves when they use special attacks when the Sting debuffs up. And this guy is just gaining power over and over and over. His block efficiency is super incredibly high, and he's going to be be healing from willpower from the ineptitude debuff on his special one. So all you have to do is watch out for the buff toggle unstoppable and just let him kill himself with the consistent special one. Scorpion, really good for it. Number 2, Red Magneto, so good, man. Just build up like 5 or 6 or 7, like, you know, of your permanent prowesses, build up to 35, and then toss the special 3, and he's just about going to be dead from that, man. So it's Magneto versus a robot. One thing you do have to worry about, though, is that, you know, he does have the node where when you parry him, it puts an armor break on him. Now, I believe Red Magneto can get around that a little bit, right? But also, I would say try baiting the special one. Red Magneto can make the buff toggle unstoppable fail. He's definitely a really good option for it. And up next, number 1, we have Human Torch. I mean, it's a mystic. You're going to be blocking a lot. Eventually, the guy is just going to die. He's also got the power stings on him as well. So that's the same thing as like what makes Yellow Jacket good, what makes Scorpion good. Plus, it's just Torch versus a mystic. It's one of those things. He fits the medium and hero. You know, it's Torch versus a mystic, man. How much more do we got to say about that? All right, so this is my top 10 list for Dragon Dude Eternity of Pain Week 4. Reminder that we're going to have the boss rush starting next week, and that is going to be Craven. It is going to be Mcoc, Penny Parker, and Dragon Dude, and it's going to be those 4. I want to point out that Scorpion was amazing for Craven and Mcoc, and also Dragon Dude. So Scorpion's looking pretty good for this, man. When you got to do the full boss rush and you got to do the class stuff like that, so keep that in mind if you have one of those guys. He was very good for all of them. Scorpion's an absolute freaking beast, dude. He's an absolute beast. So that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section who you used. Okay, I'm very curious. I could feel also, I feel like a white Magneto would also be good for this as well, right? I feel like white Magneto might be better on the list than like Mr. Negative, so we'll give him a special shout out right here. But yeah, there are definitely going to be a lot of options when it comes to medium and hero and medium and villain, so you probably have at least one option good for those. The Avenger one is much more limited. It's much harder. No doubt about that. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big ol' like. Let me know what you think about this Dragon Dude fight in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button to not miss any future Eternity of Pain content coming to you in the future. And maybe we'll stream this later today if you're watching this when it goes live. Maybe. I quit out before I actually killed him so I could do it on stream. All right, see you around.